Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to CryptoTrav.co YouTube channel. And hope all is well with you guys. This is an educational purpose video. I'm just gonna go over what's going on in the current cryptocurrency market today. Just cover some news, and at the end I'll be just sharing some coins, some altcoins I'm looking to pick up also as well. So just so you guys know, this is educational purposes only. This content is just stuff that I think is going to happen within the cryptocurrency market. So please do not try and sue me. I ain't got no money. All right, guys. Hope you guys having a wonderful Thursday. I'm in New York, so the weather was decent. Yesterday was really beautiful. I just came from the gym, so I'm chilling. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Right now, we have the coin market cap at 171 billion. We actually lost about $10 billion over the night last night. The current 24-hour volume is we could round it up to 60 billion. A few days ago, when the market cap was really high, it was about 184, and the volume was about 80 billion. And we have Bitcoin dominance at 52%. We have Bitcoin at the price at 5,554. We have Ethereum at $165. We have XRP at 32 cents, and we have Litecoin at $78.95, and we have EOS at $5.32. All right. So I just wanted to show you guys a chart of Bitcoin real quick. If you guys saw my last video, I knew it was going to fall. I just want to explain real quick why I had that assumption. So I'm just setting up the chart right now for you guys to take a look at it. All right. So this is the Bitcoin chart. This is the 4-hour time frame. Why did I think we were going to take a nice little dive? So I'm gonna show you right here. Boom. So why I think we're going to take a nice little dive? Well, for one, as you guys can see, we have been hovering on the lower part of this trend line longer than we were at the top of this trend line. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger for you guys. You make these trend lines, yep. So I will put this trend line right here, and yep. So we were in this tight little bullish wedge. And once we came from this price here, this top price here, which was about like 5,300, and then we came back down. You see how these price action bars became really, really small, and they didn't really have like full price action bodies, like full ones like this. I figured we were going to take a dive, and then we had this nice whopping jump to a high of 5,460. That was just a bull trap, as you guys can see. As soon as we touched the top of this trend line, we got rejected immediately, and the next price action bar just started falling down. So to me this is good, because I want to buy Bitcoin at a cheaper price. And as you know, the market cap actually fell about 10 billion last night. So that's another reason for it's the huge sell-off. I definitely think it was just we were just too bullish. It took one person to push us up to 5,000, and not enough. We didn't have enough more buyers to actually come back and back up that one person that pushed us to that 5,000. So we having a nice little breakdown right now. My buy-in zones right now, looking at this, let me show you, is going to be, I have buy zones here at about 4,559, and I have buy zones here. So this is going to be right on top of this white trend line. This is where I have buyback zones for Bitcoin. I think that these buyback zones are going to be a healthy pullback, and we should test support to hold over support. you know, just to make sure that support is strong. So don't feel bad that Bitcoin is pulling back, guys. Let's take a look at the daily. So this is the daily. As you can see, I'm still bullish on. I said bullish. I'm still bearish on the pullback. Definitely think it's going to pull back to either wherever these red trend lines I put. These are where my buyback zones are. I am buying a little bit as it drops. You know, just in case we decide to go to 6,000, just small portions, nothing too crazy. But I have bigger buys down here. This is where I think that we're going to be really bullish at. Also wanted to take a look at some of the top 5 coins as well. We can look at Ethereum as well. So this is Ethereum's daily chart. As you can see here, this is the wick off trading method. This is one of my favorite trading methods. So we tested the green top here, which is resistance, twice. We had a nice little up thrust. The third time we tested it, we broke out that up thrust, and I'm going to be buying back over here around the 150. Anything on top of this, I'm buying back. So around like the 153, 154, 150. If Ethereum touches that price, I am buying right now. Okay. Let's look at the 4-hour chart as well. Yep. So, like I said before, if we get down here, I'm definitely be buying back because we need to test support. We had a double top here, which is a nice little rejection because the price was just getting so bullish. And we actually, if you look here, we surpassed this price. So, you know, we need some more momentum to continue going because this was a good little resistance in the far end right here. You guys see this right here? This was the resistance that we recently passed. And this was back in 2018 around November. So like you understand, it took so much to get here, but you know we're finally here. If you've been buying since then, you know you should be in a good position. You know. Now let's look at Litecoin. Litecoin almost hit $100, guys. And that way, I'm definitely buying Litecoin. I don't care what price Litecoin is at. I'm buying that joint. Love me some Litecoin. And look at this nice little pullback to $78 right now. I'm using the Bitstamp right now. So definitely be buying some Litecoin. Definitely think this is I think the crypto market in general was due for a pullback because this last week we went from, I think we was at $160 billion in market cap to 184 billion. So that's $24 billion that entered the market super fast, and everything was booming, guys. Like it was just ridiculous how things were just going. I was like, oh. When the market's like that, I like to sit back and just wait because there's just too much going on for me, and I don't want to buy something on hype. That's the wrong thing you could do, you know. So let's discuss some crypto news, all right, guys? Let's discuss Coinbase, right? Coinbase Pro decided to add EOS, REP, and MKR, guys. But the sad thing about it is, if you are a New York investor, we do not have access to these coins. Sucks. That's another reason why I feel price actually had jumped was because of that. I'm gonna show you a EOS chart. Let me put up the EOS chart right now, because the day that was announced, EOS jumped about like 6-7%, and now you know we having a nice little pullback on it. Yeah, so we're still clearly. Let me show you. So we're still clearly above the 200 EMA, which is really good for EOS. And we having a nice, so this right here, let me get the ellipsis. So this right here is when we were announced to be on Coinbase Pro, where this white ellipsis is. As soon as we got that day, and once that day, the next day, we just dropped. So I'm hoping for a further drop in EOS so I could buy some more, because as you guys can see, since 2018 of January, it's January of January, we have been really bullish, guys. Like Since the bottom here, we haven't really had, we had higher lows each time. And then also from here, we had higher highs, higher highs, higher highs, higher highs. So I'm thinking that I'm hoping for a nice little great pull, a nice pullback. I'm hoping to get a pullback here as well. Let me show you. So here, about where this red trend line is, I'm looking to buy back, and further, further down here. These are my two. You see how much of a big gap it is? Because I think if we do pull back to here, we will have like an automatic reaction. Like, no, we don't really want to fall. Maybe I can get some gains off of that as well, you know. But let's go back to this. So Coinbase actually adds these coins. Coinbase Pro adds these coins to their exchange. Okay, the company announced that customers will be able to begin depositing the tokens at of 1900 UTC time, with EOS and REP now available in every jurisdiction that Coinbase Pro serves except New York State. MKR can be bought in all jurisdictions outside the US. While EOS and REP both have dollar, euro, and Bitcoin trading pairs, MKR can only be bought using Bitcoin and USDC, apologies, a stablecoin issued by Coinbase and Circle Thought through a joint venture, the post said. I find that very interesting that you can't buy MKR with like Ethereum, just Bitcoin and USDC. What's going on here? Like, why isn't there an Ethereum pair? Just makes you wonder, you know. But yeah, so that's what's going on in the Bitcoin news this week. We also have this where XRP actually is going to be accepted in 150 different countries, where you could use it to buy mobile credit card, electricity, insurance. So this is just a list of things that you could buy with XRP right now: instant mobile recharge, mobile data bundles, pay electricity bill, buy grocery voucher to pay for insurance, to pay for pharmacy voucher, to pay for transparency, to pay for TV bills, and more. And I just think this is really dope. I'm going to be sharing all these articles in my description as well, guys. I'm not going to go like in great detail with these, but I think it's really dope that, you know, XRP is, you know, leading the way for adoption, and you could use it for so much stuff. And yeah, you know, XRP is very quick and seamless transaction. So, you know, that's what's really good about it, and people are adopting it, you know, in 150 different countries. So this is just super good, man. Also, this company Uquid also has other pairs of altcoins you could use: Ethereum, Litecoin, Dash, Monero, Augur, MadeSafeCoin, Steam, Dogecoin, and more. So they are definitely helping with the crypto adoption. I wasn't even showing you guys the list, but yeah, they have a lot more on this Uquid company. They are doing, you know, the utmost to definitely help with crypto adoption and making it easy to be, you know, use it around the world and the country right now. So definitely, I'll post this on my description so you guys could take a look at this. Next article I wanted to discuss was Facecoin. Yo, I don't, yo, Facebook, man. I got like a love hate relationship with them because they're so dominant in the social media platform right now. This article was just discussing that they want to, you know, create their own coin called, it's going to be called Facecoin, and it's going to be decentralized. But look at here, they want to raise $1 billion. I know the ICO phase was crazy. I know people were like, ICOs were selling out in the bare minutes for 10, 20 million. And don't get me wrong, I definitely think Facecoin could definitely sell out as well. But to ask for $1 billion for an ICO, I think that's too much money. Like, what are you going to do? I need to see your roadmap. I need to see your white paper. And I need to see everything that you guys have planned. Because $1 billion to me is very excessive. And I think because you guys are already a multi-million-dollar company, I haven't checked their stock or their market cap yet, so I wouldn't know if their market cap is in the billions. It probably is. But if you ask for a whole billion, I'm sure you probably have $1 billion on hand right now. You could just spend it your damn self. But the article also goes further in detail that they want to use the setup to bring in venture capitalists to invest. Then my thing is, cryptocurrency is for people like me and you who don't have that type of money. I feel like Facebook isn't giving us the opportunity to join in, because if they have a private sale and only millionaires could join in, guess what? The regular Joes like me and you are not going to be able to partake. And I know for sure that Facecoin is going to go bonkers. It's going to go crazy. It's probably going to go 20x out of the ICO phase, and why wouldn't I want to put some money in there? I want to get my money on, I want to eat too. Like, why is it only these venture capitalists who have millions of dollars can eat, and why can't we? Yeah, I just wanted to, share that with you guys. Drop down what you think about Facecoin wanting to raise a whole $1 billion, which I truly think is way, way, way too excessive. And not giving me and you a chance to actually capitalize on these gains as well. So, excuse me. It definitely should be fun and interesting to see as things progress in the market and see how this all transpires. We shall see. The next article I wanted to discuss, man, was this, because there's a lot of U.S. regulations going on, and this one is actually really good. They're trying to help the U.S. not fall back. I just wanted to read this blurb right here, so you guys like this. It goes into a lot. I'm gonna read it. Just want to start here first. After months of public input, our Token Tax Economy Act and Digital Tax Economy Act add critical definition and jurisdiction to create certainty for a strong digital asset market in the United States. This is an important step to promoting innovation and maximizing the potential of virtual currencies for the U.S., all while protecting customers and the financial well-being of investors. So, the U.S. is just trying to keep up, man. They see that Russia and China are here, actually using or setting up their own cryptocurrencies and buying bulks of these things. Supposedly, Russia has been buying bulks and bulks of Bitcoin on the low. So, the U.S. does not want to miss this opportunity to stunt the growth, but in a sense, they are stopping the growth, because the SEC yesterday came out with guidelines this week as well for ICO guidelines, and what classifies as STO, what classifies as an STO, and they're leaving it up to the team members and the CEOs to actually contact the SEO to register as a STO or ICO, which I think is dope. So it is giving more leeway to the space and helping up with the development, but it's still a lot of paperwork to go through. Who wants to go through all of that now? All the paperwork that you gotta go through already with ICOs. Now you gotta go through the SEC, which is needed though. I definitely think it's needed, so it saves people like me and you. But it's just so much hindrance over this last year, since the SEC has gotten, very involved. The price of Bitcoin has definitely gone down, and in a few weeks and months they'll be deciding on ETFs. So that was going to be huge on whether or not we get approved or not, and how that will affect the price of Bitcoin. But yeah, I'll definitely drop this article in the description. I'll start from the top. Representative United States House of Representatives have introduced the Token Taxonomy Act. According to a press release shared with Cointelegraph on April 9th, the bill would exclude cryptocurrencies from being classified as a security. The bill was initially proposed last December by Reps Warren Davidson and Darren Soto, and seeks to exclude digital currencies from being defined as securities by amending the Securities Act of 1933 and the Securities Act of 1934. The press releases notes that the recent iteration of the bill would differ from that which was introduced last year. Notably, it clarifies the jurisdictions of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission and the Federal Trade Commission. It also states that pre-emission provisions was included, the act that would supersede heavy-handed regulations like New York course, bit license. Now, talking about this, right? Bit license. If we, I have another article I want to share with you guys as well. Pull this up. Bitrix statement of New York Department of Financial Services decision. Bitrix is saddened and disappointed in today's decision by the New York Department of Financial Service, which we believe harms rather than protects New York customers. Bitrix fully disputes the findings of the NYDFS in today's decisions. We have worked diligently with NYDFS to address their questions and meet their requirements since first applying for our bit license in August of 2015. So basically, this article is about bit license denying Bitrix the right to operate in New York State. I don't know about you guys. When I first started trading, Bitrix was one of the first exchanges that I used. I thought it was very user friendly. It was super easy to understand, and they have a lot of altcoins that like I consider OGs. You know, OGs on there. Like VTC is one of them. SYS coin is one of them. Syscoin. What other coins? I mean, they got mad coins on there. You know, I first brought ADA, the Cardano coin. And it saddens me, man. Like, yo, why are they getting dismissed from New York? Like, I don't see what's the issue, you know. But I guess to each his own, man. Hopefully they don't exclude Binance. And if you are in the United States of America and are like, oh my gosh, what other coins do I say other coins, what other exchanges could you trade on? You could check out Binance, Qcoin, and let's say if it ever gets to the point where they banned all of these exchanges, hit me on the side and I'll tell you how to bypass that. Because I think this is just going to be crazy. It's ridiculous, man, that what they're doing to us. So what else do I want to share with you guys today? Yeah, well that's all I wanted to really share. So thank you guys for staying tuned through that's the crypto news part. These are my notes that I wrote for today's show, and just some coins that I wanted to go over and what I'll be buying, and if I haven't done so already. So I'm gonna pull some of them up. Oh, this is definitely a buy zone for me. Oh, this is beautiful. Definitely gonna buy this. All right. So the first runner-upper is AGI. It's on Binance. Let's take a look at it real quick. So this green line here is representing resistance. Put that up there for you guys so you guys can see that. RESISTA. Resistance. As you guys can see, we had a test here. Price action bars were not able to fully form, and we only have a wicks up here. Here we came up short, wasn't even able to touch it, but here we got some momentum. This purple line here is also resistance. I'll put resistance there too so you guys can see it. So why is this resistance? So when we first broke out from this red trend line right here, you guys can see it. Make sure you guys can see. Yep, you guys can see. So this red trend line, once we broke out from here, you see how we had resistance here. We had a pullback, and then we had, we went back up again. Then we had a further pullback, way more than before, and we just kept on retesting this resistance line till here when we finally broke out of it, and we went up we went up nice, and then we used it for support, and then we broke down once we tested it on the, I think that this is 1, 2, 3, 4 on the 5th try. Once we hit here on the 5th try, we broke down, And here we hovered nice in this price range for a little bit. Boom. So this is why this is resistance. This a white trend line was support, because you see from back here we had nice support. We came here and we had the same support system as well, but we weren't able to hold. So right now, what am I looking for buy zones? Where are my buy zones? I'm gonna use this. So right here is a definite buy zone for me. Hold on. Can I make this longer? So right here is a definite buy zone. Hopefully it does. Hopefully this is where support finds. So I'm buying in slowly. So this is gonna be my first buy zone. Let me change the color because those are both red. I'll make this one white, and I'm gonna put buy zone. So this is a buy zone for me here. I'm gonna make this color green. So yeah, now it's the money buy. So this is what we buying that. So I'm gonna buy a nice chunk. Not a huge amount here. I'm gonna buy a nice chunk here, and then anything. If let's say we do break down from here, everything in in this area. Let me change the color to white. No, I don't like that color. That's way too crazy. I'm gonna do gray, and then we're gonna. So here is another buy zone. Anything down in this box area here. So this is we're looking at the AGI and BTC pair. So at 700 and 703 satoshis down to 550 satoshis. These are all going to be buy zones. So this whole brick right here is going to be buy zone. My first buy zone is going to be here. Why do I have multiple buy zones? Because I like to build walls. This to me is called building walls as you invest. So let's say my first buy zone gets hit, and let's say it doesn't even go to where I put that gray box at. I probably didn't buy a lot because my first buy zone I'm not gonna put a lot. I want to put a nice chunk where, let's say if I do get 20% gains, I'm happy with that. Cool. My second buy zone, when I put that gray box, that's when I'm gonna buy a bulk of my investments, because that's where this initial coin had completely bottomed out at, and that's a great buy zone. And as you can see, the volatility after it went from its lowest price range, or I'm gonna show you in a few, and then how much it went, how much it skyrocketed after that. So right here is like the low, and this price is at the 531 right here, right? So let's say it hits my gray zone, and I buy at 531, and it does the same thing it did last time. So you see how after it hit a low here, it did 185%. So this is why I'll be buying a chunk at the bottom once it bottoms out. If it bottoms out, and this is why I'm not gonna put everything on my first buy zone here. I'm putting a bulk here. All right. So again, I have alerts set up. Once it hits there, I'm ready to go. So my first alert gonna be here. I don't know if you guys can see the blue here, but that's definitely I'm gonna have buys ready for it. All right, so that was AGI. Another setup I have is BQX. This is one of my favorite coins. Got this really cheap, still holding it. So why am I buying back into this? To me, it's the same as looking at AGI. So make this nice and larger. Let me make it shorter real quick first. So here, after we're not able to stay above the 200 EMA, and we're coming back to where it initially took off. I don't actually have an alert. I'm going to set that alert now. So it's good that I'm showing you guys this. So I'm looking at this area here. Let me put a box ellipsis around it. So this is what I'm comparing. You see right here, this is this area right here. Anything in this area to me is a buy zone in this area. So that means anywhere, like even right now is a buy zone for me. But I'm gonna take it a little lower. So about right here, all of this right here are buy zones for me. So we gonna look at here, make that one red, and here. So this is about 3075 satoshis, and this one is 3075. So anywhere between these two red trend lines are going to be my buy areas. What else do we have here? Oh yes, XMR. I'm only gonna show you guys three. I have way more that I'm buying in, but I just want to show you guys, like, I guess my three. These are all coins that I really like. Come on, let's move. I'm trying to move this trend line. Alright, it won't let me move it. So I'm gonna have to put this trend line right there, and I'll make you yellow. Now I'll make you green. So when the market was going crazy, XMR did its thing. It broke out of accumulation, but it wasn't enough to sustain its momentum, and it came right back into the accumulation zone, as you can see. Right, I still think we're gonna go down more. So we had a double top here, as you guys can see, boom, and we definitely came down. This support held really well over here. Let me put so this support, I'll put support right there. I'll make you a white line. This support held really well, but I definitely think we're gonna come back some more. XMR is just, to me, one of the dopest privacy coins, with its ring feature structures and everything that it's doing in the cryptocurrency market. This coin was about $300 during the bull run, man, when Bitcoin was going booming. I definitely think this is gonna be the next privacy coin that hits $1,000. So I'll definitely be buying a lot of XMR. That's just my thing. I like XMR, you know what I'm saying? So don't fault me. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought about today's episode. Anything that you want me to cover, anything that I forgot to cover, please like, comment, subscribe, please. I'm doing this for y'all. Also, check out my website, TRB Crypto Solutions. I have my content writers. We post blogs on a weekly basis. And we actually, the day Bitcoin went to 500 and got rejected, one of my content writers actually wrote that he didn't think it was gonna happen that day. When he hit me, he was, "Yo, this is time sensitive. I put this out ASAP." So I was like, "Oh, now I'm working." So I'm like, "Let me hurry up and do this." But his explanations is very detailed. He's very key. He hit what Bitcoin was going to do on the dot, on the T, guys. Like, it was unbelievable. So definitely check out the website. Subscribe over there as well to the blog. So you guys, the blogs are free, guys. So definitely check that out. And definitely appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Be safe. You guys are in my prayers. Man, I wanted to share a quote with you guys, but I don't have my book right with me, man. How to Be a Startup Hero by Tim Draper is a really dope book. It has like over like 1,000 quotes in it, man. And I love books with quotes in them. And that one, every time I'm not feeling well about what I want to do, I always go to that book and I just skim through the pages and look for a quote. That's the quote right there. I like it. I'm going to use that for the day. It's the quote for the day. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a blessed day. Follow me on social media at TRB Crypto Solutions, where we believe crypto is the solution to bank the unbanked, and you can earn while you learn with us as well. So check us out. I'm doing this for the people. I love y'all. Peace. Have a great weekend.